Hello everyone, Ken and Loey here with Path of Exile this time, and this weekend I have definitely been having my fair share of playing through the new league that came out this Friday. So now that I've had at least a little bit of time to kind of explore the mechanics of the new league called Synthesis, I wanted to make a review of it. I am currently level 62. I have gotten all the way to Act 8. And I've just started kind of going through the memory void, as it's called. And kind of a few mechanics of this is that you encounter Canvas, the Forgotten Spirit, in the field. It's similar to most Master Encounters, except this time he's kind of, in a way, similar to Xena, where when he shows up, he creates a portal and sends you into one of his decaying memories. And the whole idea of it is, if you click on enough of these memory stabilizers, the decayed memory will become stabilized enough after you get all of them to kind of accumulate here. And once you go to the memory nexus, all of the ones that you have managed to get all of the stabilizers for, you can run them. It's kind of like a different version of maps, or at least that's how it feels. And the areas that you create with these, they are a bit smaller than maps, so it's not exactly the same, and it kind of has its own unique feel to it. So how it works is that once you stabilize them and they appear here, you can see that they have different kind of paths that they have on them, and when you place them, that allows you to go to the different kind of places on this board. And going to these different areas that are already on the board for you at the start, they have unique aspects to them. And for an example, this one, it says contains 2 or 3 synthesized chests with weapon items. A few of the other ones is that if you place an item here, one of the pieces here, you get 20% monster pack size. There's also a really nice one, 50% increased experience gain from monsters, or monsters memories are 2 levels higher, and that sort of thing. So planning out where you want to go can potentially lead to really good rewards, and I was just going to actually go to this place, the Distant Limestone Hollow Memory, to see what it's like to go to an area that is already placed for you, and whatnot. So let's go straight into it. So right here, I should be, yep. So when you click on the stabilizers on the stabilized memories, unlike the ones that you find in the field that you need to stabilize yourself, they do not decay. Decaying, what I mean by that is that this blue area here is basically the decayed memory, and when you go into them over time, the blue area on the floor will slowly kind of decay the map, until either you stabilize it enough for it to last a little bit longer, or you exit it. And if it closes in on you too much and you go into like a blacked out area on the map, it will kick you out of that memory. So now that I'm here, let's go into the memory void of this next area and see what that is like. So it says decay starts on interaction. So this one's probably going to be more like one of the ones you find out in the field. So just get my skills started here. can see that blue area's definitely increasing in size. So what does... Okay. Huh. Well, that didn't exactly do what I thought it would. I didn't think it would basically get rid of the whole map. Okay. Interesting. So I guess that's what that looks like. But this blue area, normally this would actually slow you down, and if you exit it, it just spawns you at the start of it, or if you're out in the field, it will kick you out of that memory. So, canvas here.
Good travels, friend.
Now what we got here is what's called synthesized items, or items influenced by synthesizing. So when you find certain special items, it's kind of like Shaper / Elder items, how they appear and kind of feel, but they have these two kind of gold text modifiers to them, and those are modifiers you cannot change. If you scour them, that modifier will still be there, and that leaves a great deal of potential that if you get a good roll on modifiers that would be good for that item, it makes it so crafting is a whole lot easier for you. And if you go into the synthesizer, like, most of these aren't really that great, so maybe you need the same base for it to work. So for the synthesizer, from what I've seen from other videos, is that you put 3 of these synthesized items in there, and then it makes a new one with a special mod that is called an implicit, that is kind of like the 2 stone ring. You have 2 different resistances that is just part of the item itself, and that new item has a modifier like that, and that will make it so that you have potential to make stronger items than ever before. So with that, what do I think of Synthesis League? Well, honestly, I really like this idea, and especially because it, in my opinion, it kind of feels like when you go into the decayed memories, when you are out in the field, it feels like you're delving, except you don't have the risk of dying from darkness. In delving, the darkness damage over time mechanic that they had in there, I really didn't like that all that much. Like I have probably said in the Delve League review that I made, is that I would have rather had the darkness give you like some kind of massive debuff that would make it, or buff the enemies significantly to make it so that you wouldn't want to be in the darkness, but you wouldn't just die from just the darkness itself. Like, that's kind of how this kind of makes me feel, is that it feels like you're delving, but you don't have that risk of dying because you're outside of the light radius. And also, it just feels like a different method. It feels like maps, but it feels different at the same time, and I really like that, because one thing, especially with my Path of Exile to level 100 series, is that me and Warmonger were constantly doing maps, and I just feel like even with the variety that maps give, it just feels like they get repetitive quite quickly, especially if you do it a lot. And so I think this league has many things going for it, And also for anyone who is really big into crafting, which I am personally not, has great potential to make super cool items that are worth either a lot of currency or make your build amazing, more powerful than ever before. So yeah, I think
How can I help?
I think that's pretty much most of what I wanted to mention. And I think some of these also have like different charges. Like you can also, so you can go through them multiple times if you please. But like this one says, it only has if you only have one charge left, or if it's one of these ones that you get to that only has one charge to begin with, they start to decay as well. So it kind of feels like maps, but you can reuse them in a way. So yeah, like I've said, I think this league has a lot going for it, and with my build actually feeling like it has potential with I have Armageddon brand with Curse on Hit and Flammability, and then the classic Elemental Equilibrium and Orbis Storms, and then I have Fireball with Vol Fireball with Chain Support and stuff. It definitely feels like it has a lot of potential once I get to those higher levels. So yeah, I definitely feel like this league has a lot going for it, and if you are at all interested in what you've seen, give it a shot. It doesn't feel like Betrayal League. Betrayal League, I just felt like the Betrayal encounters a lot of the time were just super powerful in comparison to the base game content. In this one, I feel like it's not as bad. It's harder, but not by like an outrageous amount. So yeah, I think that's I covered everything I wanted to. So with that, thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful day.